What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. And here I am with Semtex, and he's going to take me on a tour in Boundless and show me what I've been missing since I haven't had time to play this, and kind of give, this is more like a what is Boundless, and Semtex is here to explain it to us, and like I said, give us a tour. After Semtex is giving us a tour of some of the places, we're going to hear from Javita. Javita is a content creator who I did an interview, me and Semtex did an interview with about his YouTube channel, about Boundless in general. It's a really good talk, and so this is just going to be a Boundless episode, and I think, you know, if people see some of the things in here, it would turn people on to Boundless the way that Semtex has. Look, Semtex was like the No Man's Sky streamer. We're talking 10-15 hour streams, and now Semtex can't even turn off his PS4 long enough to do anything because he's stuck in Boundless. Is that right, Semtex?
You're absolutely right, yeah. I am completely and utterly hopelessly addicted to this game, but in the best way possible. It is an incredible title, and I really do hope that more people out there kind of get turned onto it and see kind of what I see in it, which is kind of infinite possibility, really.
That's right.
Everything around us, like every single building we see around us, is player created. It's not put in the game by the developers. It is literally handcrafted by the people that play it.
That's right.
This is actually an awesome example of that. We're actually stood just on the edge here of the Hunter's Court by the Portal Seekers. Portal Seekers Network actually set up a hub system so that you can travel to pretty much any planet. In fact, yeah, every planet in the game. So you can go there, you can get resources as long as you've got the right protections and things. And this is one of their main hubs. This is, as I say, the Hunter's Courtyard, and this is where everyone can meet up. There's schedules, they've got a notice board just over in the corner over here, giving you the time board link to essentially all of their like public hunts. You also, if you're on the Discord, anyone can sort of initiate a hunt at any given time. So you can check on that. If you ! Hunter, then it will give you notifications for all of that kind of stuff. But it's brilliant. This is your link to kind of going and doing meteors of higher levels and being led by people that know what they're doing, that can give you hints and tips. They're all really incredibly helpful people. Javita is also a member of the Portal Seekers. He actually goes around and basically fuels all of the portals all the time, and he does it mostly with his own Auric Stone, but you can donate for it, so do that at the Portal Seeker Hub network, and that would be like super cool. This is one of the planets we're on at the moment. This is Gravitas Te, as you can probably see at the very top of your on your compass there, just above it. Yeah. And yeah, so that kind of always lets you know where you are. As I say, everything we're going to see is player created. So yeah, I reckon we should go and hop some worlds.
All right, yeah, I'm game. So guys, we're going to take a tour, and we're going to look at different beautiful worlds, different parts of the world, and keep in mind, as the people that we cross, that we run across. If you go up here, there's a ton of people up here running around using the portals. So everywhere we go, this is all happening at the same exact time. Like there's people doing whatever they're doing all around this game, and I said this in one of my original videos. This is like a place, and and Semtex, he didn't, you know, kind of believe me at first, and now he's kind of on board with that. And absolutely. This is it's like a place. It's really cool, and it's being formed by everybody. Hello there. But yeah, tell everybody, maybe I don't explain things right. Tell everybody before we start walking around what that means. Why is this a place?
It's because it's filled. The whole kind of every planet you go to, every person you see is another person kind of doing their thing. So they're either, like, you know, finding resources to build their builds. They could be setting up shops or selling things. You know, we could trade with this guy right here. If we felt like it. There's an option to kind of trade anything that we have in our inventory with these guys. We can talk to them with kind of an in-world text chat, which is just super cool. Everyone is, you know, living in this world, living a second virtual kind of life, really. And it's all player driven. So the economy is player driven. There's no set prices for items. You know, I could sell you something for a coin or give you something for nothing, or I could sell that item to you for whatever price I kind of feel is fair and that we agree on. So it's, you know, a truly player-driven kind of world and experience, really.
Right. And keep this in mind, too, guys. Semtex and me, we're playing together, Semtex and I. Semtex right now is on a PS4, and I'm playing on a PC. So I just think that's really super cool that, you know, the cross-play there just makes it so much cooler. Like, we did do an original video where I was on PS4, and so was he, but... what?
Oh, I was just waving at someone that was off in the background there. It's okay.
Was that you that said Artubio?
Yeah, that was me, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and go on our journey here. Go ahead and
okay, I'm going to pop through here. And then we're going to head to, sorry, they've just actually changed the way around the network. So yeah, if we pop through X front here, well, the front, I should say, and then we'll pop through this one here. If you look down at the ground, actually, as we're coming through, you can see this middle corridor is kind of sand.
Oh, yeah.
And if you follow the sand through all of these gates, you essentially walk in a big circle and you'll come back to where you are. So you could, you know, it's a really helpful way to not get lost. We'll pop through this one.
This room right here, like these rooms, they remind me of my grandmother's room. I'm serious, because she'd have like all these old antique things that she was like a, I don't know, I wouldn't call her a hoarder, but she didn't throw things away easily. But just the colors and everything just reminds me of my grandmother's room.
Okay. Well, we could stop by my house really quickly, actually, through this one here.
All right.
I can show you my, my little house. So we just pop through. Then we can come down here. And this, like these portals are kind of all portals to like players' houses. These ones that are just off to the side that are unmarked. But yeah, we can pop through that one, and now we're in my house.
Wow.
So yeah, this is my base here on Bitula. We have the village as well that I'll take you to in a moment.
What's the place called again?
Bitula.
What?
Bitula. 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 I know.
Okay. All right. All right.
So this is my workshop where I do most of my kind of crafting of things, where I change my, you know, the basic rock that I harvest into stones, and then I can change those into core materials like the material that the floor is made of. We're walking on ash, which you'd harvest on a completely different world altogether. I built myself a little indoor garden. It's kind of, yeah, just a chill out and relax area, really.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Are you on some kind of boundless drugs in the game, because you can't stand still?
But yeah, it might be a little bit. Yeah, can't help it. But it's all of that. It's all of that TGT in No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, gosh.
Yeah, I can't help it. Can't help it. I'm always afraid Snow Obsidian's going to pop out around the corner and start shooting at me.
Obsidian. So, I'm surprised he hasn't, has he? No, you said he's playing Boundless.
He did play a bit of Boundless, yeah. I haven't seen him for a little bit, but I hope he's doing well. So yeah, this is like the underground area. And this is my second kind of, my unpowered kind of machines. So that I can run off any action I might need while the other machines are working downstairs. And this is my view.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I'm not sure if it's recording the same quality that I'm seeing, but this is absolutely amazing.
It really is quite pretty.
Oh, look at the water and the raindrops in the water, and you could hear it.
Yeah, it really is stunning, and the forests around here are really gorgeous to walk through. It really does feel quite magical. It's hard to explain. It really is hard to explain. It's something you really need to kind of feel. As you can see, we've kind of got the infinity edge of the water, and then if you can look down through the glass here, you can see kind of through the waterfall and the trees and everything below us for the workshop.
Oh wow!
You can imagine that this was kind of all stone below us, so I dug out all the stone to kind of make the area for this so that I could run the waterfall in there and things. But you really are only limited by your imagination in this game. You know, if you want to create a massive pyramid, you can create a massive pyramid. If you want to create a huge diamond that floats in the sky, you can do that. Yeah, it is really quite a beautiful thing. And you are completely unlimited by the amount of people. You can have 99 people on a server all at the same time, and if I wanted to, and if we could arrange it, we could have all those 99 people right here with us, just kind of mulling around, doing whatever we wanted. We'd all be able to see each other, see what each other were doing. We could go off and kind of like hunt some animals to get resources, or, you know, any of those kind of things, really. But yeah, this is my little holiday home. I'll take you over to...
I love the back area right here. This is so amazing.
It really is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really
Can you make boats?
Not currently, no. But the developers are very, very cool in the game. They actually play the game daily. You see the devs in, sort of wandering around doing their thing, also living their lives in the game. They're really cool. They'll talk to you if you've got any issues that you might have. They'll respond to you, and they're really, really good with the community. Kind of anything that the community wants, really, they really will. If it's within their power, they'll try and kind of get anything that will improve the experience of the game in, and really quickly as well. You know, we've already seen 2 patches since the game PS4 that have improved the quality connection, some of the extra attributes and stuff. Some of the recipes have been changed. Yeah, if we pop back through here, and then we can go to the little village we've started, where we've got you know, Sword and Mick DC. Yeah, loads of the cool guys have got over there, and we've kind of built a little village together. We've got some shops over there. Yeah, and more people are kind of coming through. This is Aquatopia. This is another one of the kind of guilds that provide portals to everywhere. This is actually Javita's shop, just here.
What is this over here?
I'm not sure which way you're going. I will follow you.
I'm completely and utterly sidetracked at the moment.
That's absolutely fine. That is what this game is about, is kind of getting lost in it and exploring.
Whatever it is, this piece of art.
It really is beautiful.
Why am I seeing wired...
You've actually got the beacon view up. So if you press up on the D-pad...
Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, look at that!
This is actually all kind of blocks of leaves from all the different planets in all the different colours. And it would have taken a very, very long time for someone to kind of put all of that together. But again, it's all player built. You know, the guy whose beacon this is, he would have like built this either on his own or with his friends. He would have achieved some cool stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm falling in love with this game, as even more than when we first recorded this.
It really is beautiful.
Look,
I can take you somewhere where we can have a little bit of fun, actually, as well.
Look, it's a house.
Yeah, it's someone's house. They've probably got a shop in there as well, and you can, yeah. But they might even have the door open. Yeah, here we go. So this is actually someone's workshop. This is where they sort of craft all their stuff. Very colourful, very pretty place. But yeah, it's lots of glass and foliage, and wow, that is an incredible amount of storage. They've got lots and lots of stuff to store. It looks like every floor is storage, and it's all, every floor is a different colour as well. You've got a green floor, a yellow floor, a blue floor. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing, huh?
Wow, it sure is.
It really is quite amazing what you can achieve.
Look at the colours in this.
In the game. Yeah. Really is stunning. It really is absolutely stunning. And this, to be honest, is, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a very cool build, but there are so many amazing builds in the game. I'd be hard pressed to kind of say what was my favourite one. There's so many different and unique ones. Someone's actually built a huge pirate ship just around the corner that we can go and check out.
Yeah, definitely want to see that.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool, actually, because that takes us roughly to where wanted to take you, and we can have some little races. It'd be fun.
Oh man, I don't know what it is. Hey, I'm lost.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just over here. There's some steps that lead up.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Boy, it's a rainy day.
Yeah.
I bet you those flowers on that house are liking this.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you need the rain. You need the rain.
You need the rain.
We're at. Well, I mean, we wouldn't want that beautiful house to perish, would we?
What? In the famous words of the crow, it can't rain all the time.
That is true. That is true. I'm trying to find a way here.
Wide words, Eric Draven.
Absolutely, Eric. Thank you for that, bro. Do appreciate that. So yeah, if we
what is this?
Go down this way. This is actually the pirate ship. Yeah.
Oh. Whoops! I don't think I got the legs that you got.
It's okay. It's okay. I think if we swim around this way, we'll be able to find a way. But this is kind of a cool thing because you can actually see the ship.
Come down here and swim in front of me. Oh, look at the animation of the swimming.
You look like dolphins, don't you? It's really good.
Oh,
I really think that's super cool. If you hold X, you'll be able to surface, and then circles drop down. Oh, they very kindly actually built some steps coming up over here.
Because they knew that cool. People like me were going to try and get into the boat, huh?
I would imagine so, yeah. They probably thought, we better put a dock in, just in case anyone is to fall off. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But the community is absolutely amazing. Everyone I've met in the community has been super helpful. If you've ever got any questions about anything, or you're sort of stuck with kind of how to craft certain things or where to get certain resources, everyone's like really, really cool. They'll be as helpful as they can. It's really quite a lovely thing. Very, very comparable to other communities I've been in that have been super friendly, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'm back.
And here's probably one of the loveliest views of the ship when we come up this way. We'll probably not get too close because we don't. Oh, there's actually you can walk.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Hold on.
There we go.
All right, hang on. Baby steps. All right.
You'll be okay. Yeah, I have faith. I'll tell you what. I'll grab you so that you can't go anywhere.
Thank you. That's
okay. There we go.
All right.
As you can see, I mean, you can imagine the amount of work that's gone into, creating this.
Hey, Semtex. Semtex. I'm on a boat.
You are? We are on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
You are?
I'm on a boat. You know the song,
yeah.
Right? The song.
I don't know the song.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody does.
But yeah, you can just imagine kind of the amount of work that someone's got, time and effort and everything they've gone to create this, incredible thing, really.
I can't wait for the day that this person can sail this thing out.
It's possible. One day it could happen. It really could. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Well, we're going to go to like a little bit of a theme park kind of thing. It only has one ride at the moment, but there will be more. There we go. It's okay. You can walk the plank. So this has actually been created by a guy called June Dragon, who is the warden of the city here. June Dragon's made some incredible stuff in the game. I've got to give him huge props for the stuff he creates. He's so imaginative. There's like a mini ice rink here.
Ice rink?
Yeah. This is actually all ice that we're sort of skating across at the moment. And we're going to take the portal there, and it's going to take us up to the top of the slide. And we're going to see winds.
Oh, we slide down it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right, here. This is a competition.
Okay, so what we have to do is shut one of these doors. There we go. And then we stand on the doors.
Okay.
Okay, so ready?
All right. 3,
2, 1, go.
Whoa, look at that. Oh gosh, you gotta dodge. You gotta. Whoa! I win. I win. Wait, did you win?
I don't know. Let's call it a draw. Let's call it a draw. You can win if you want.
I want to win.
Okay, you won.
We could throw down.
We could always go again. Best of 3.
No. Let's keep going. You won.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Which? Oh, you're going this way.
Yeah, we'll pop over here. I'm going to take you through one more place in the city here,
Okay.
and give you like a kind of a. It's a really cool view. If you can see the kind of floating, pardon me, the floating island up there. We're actually going to portal up to there, so we get like a good look across the whole city.
Did that spot back there have bad memories?
It might have. Yeah, it might have.
You sound like you were getting all choked up.
No, it's I was actually eating a walnut, and I was eating a walnut.
And the walnut?
A walnut, yeah, a walnut. Some walnuts. Well, I have a mixed bag of different types of nuts, and that happened to be a walnut that I was eating. But I also have
5th grader in me
and
is starting to come out, so let's change the subject.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I almost choked to death. I was trying to do it quietly, but it didn't work.
Well, I would not have laughed or made light of the joke if I knew you were choking on some nuts.
That it's okay. Yeah, I absolutely get that. Yeah. So, Creek's Inn. This is actually Creek's shop just here. That we're going to be passing by.
Okay.
But like I said before, we've got kind of, this is SemtexUK here as well. Hello, SemtexUK. That's one of the guys from our village. I don't know why, but Creek's shop is being remodeled. Oh my. Yeah, he's remodeling at the moment. He doesn't have any stock up, which is not good for the video here. But yeah, we're gonna go through a portal over here.
Okay, all right. I'm paying attention.
We're gonna check out the top of the.
Hey, I'm dying. Oh no, I'm starving.
Oh, here you go.
I didn't even know.
It's okay, right? I'll trade. Here you go. If you accept the trade request. There you go, and then just accept.
I said you canceled it.
I didn't, but that's okay. There we go. I've sent you another one.
I got video proof. SemtexUK has canceled the request. Continue.
I don't know. Right, I tell you what. I'm just going to throw food at you. That would be easier.
Oh no, I'm dying.
It's okay. You won't die. There you go. Pick those up. And then if you stick it in one of your hands, and then you eat that one.
By
holding down press triangle, and then that'll bring your menu up, and then you'll see the food in the bowls. Pop that into one of your hands. There you go. It's already in your hand, and then you just hold down the trigger that corresponds to the hand that the food is in. So it'd be your right hand with R2. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it looks like when Ort is dying of famine.
That's right. But luckily, we had some food cooked for you, so it's all good. So yeah, I think.
Thank you, buddy.
That's all right, man. Yeah. So yeah, this is where we want to go through this portal just here. Be careful when you come through here because it is a sheer drop to death if you walk too far.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Wow! Look how tall, look how high we are.
Yeah, we're actually on the island. It is above the treehouse we just walked past. And this is kind of a view over the city here. But yeah, every block that you see down there has been created by a person. They've, gone and farmed the material and turned it into whichever sort of material they wanted it to be, and they've placed it down. And this is what people can do when they get together in the game.
Wow.
These are the sorts of things that can be created. It really is quite stunning, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
And I think you actually get a really cool view of the ship from up here as well. Yeah, there we go. That's the pirate ship we were on just down there.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
And the slide we went down over there. Yeah. So as you can see, it's, you know, the place exists. That all of this stuff is there. It's, you know, it's a place. It's a real place. Yeah. Okay, pop back to the portal here. There we go. And now, oh, I've gone the wrong way. My fault. It's easy to get lost in Boundless. But I think the portal to my shop is just here, in fact, yeah. So this is the village that I've created with Sword and Dave, Blood Raven. We've got Mick DC here. We had Cavern here. But yeah, this is kind of our little shop. That's Sword's house, which is the shop. His workshop's down there. This is Mick DC's house. But yeah, this is kind of what we've been able to achieve in just under.
So
well,
this is
about 3 weeks.
This is all of yours, like little colony here.
That's right, yeah. Well, this is our like little village where we've kind of joined all of our plots together to create kind of our, our little village. This is kind of my little shop where we, you know, I can sell the tools and stuff that I make. Pretty reasonable prices. Anyone that's looking for iron tools and stuff, so pop by. But yeah, so you know, all of this grass was actually planted by us. The grass on the planet isn't this color, so we went out and harvested all the seeds to kind of make these little meadows and stuff.
Ooh, I blend in so beautifully with the grass.
You really do. You really. It would be. It's lucky we're not playing hide and seek, because it'd be hard to find you if that's the case. But yeah, this is kind of, you know, a very, very small village. And there are many, many big places out there that you can join. There's loads of people that are looking for people to join their guilds and things. But yeah, Boundless is a thriving, living kind of place. And it's, until you actually get in the game and experience it, it's very hard to kind of put into words why it feels so alive. But it really does. And I think people will be missing out if they don't check out Boundless. It's an incredible game. Incredible support from the development team. The community in the game is amazing. Right. And there's just so much stuff.
And all those people that we were running by that were in the portal areas, were people using the portals. If you look up into the sky, like there's right here, there's a planet. It's really hard to see because it's real daylight out. But look at all that. That is stuff happening on another planet, the same as you see it happening here. With people building stuff, cities being created, just all kinds of communities just being created, and that's happening over there too. And there's more than just one planet. I don't know if we have a view.
There is, yeah. You've got 42 planets in the game currently.
Right over here.
You can only see certain planets from the sky.
There's a planet over there, and there's one right here as well. So, I mean, this is the place, guys. This is so amazing. I literally didn't realize how cool this was, and because the last time I played it was not like this at all. This game has completely changed 100% since I played. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. I could see why Semtex is spending so much time here.
It's so amazing. If you're creative in any way, this is really a dream, because you're literally only limited by your imagination. You can build whatever you want, any sort of structure you can imagine. You know, if you want to fill an entire lake with buildings and have waterfalls and beautiful things, you can do that. If you know, if you want to build a massive diamond in the sky, you can do that. It's completely your universe to create how you want it to be created, and to share that with all your friends. You know, most of the evenings around here, we've got, like, you know, 5 or 6 people milling around. Someone will be crafting tools to sell in their shop. Another person would be off on a journey to a different planet to collect a crazy resource that they can't get here. We go on little adventures where we'll go off on hunts to hunt down the meteors, to get, like, the really rare resources so that we can power the portals, and to get kind of metals that are harder to find. You've got the harder tier worlds, like this is a level 1 world, so all of the animals are really placid and you're not going to get attacked by them all the time. But you know, it goes up to tier 6, There is talk that they're going to be opening tier 7 worlds at some point soon, so they're going to be really, really hard to live on or just to go and visit. But obviously it's a kind of a risk reward thing. If I go to those planets, I could get really cool resources there that will let me craft much better weapons than I can currently craft with resources on this planet. So yeah. And the animals, even though they look cartoony and kind of cute, when you're getting shot by them and they're throwing bombs at you and stuff, it's pretty hair-raising. It's really quite an exciting game. Yeah, it really is brilliant.
Hold on, I just want to point something out. This cloud, I was just looking at the sun because I thought it was real pretty and everything, and all of a sudden I saw this cloud covering the sun, and I should have said it back then. I should have said, that looks like a rain cloud. And lo and behold, it's raining.
It's not raining.
That doesn't just look like a rain cloud. Dude, that is a rain cloud.
Yeah. That's right.
Wow. So,
and
it has a real weather system in this. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. And, you know, you can go to other planets and it could be, you know, it'd be snowing there. And the higher you get on the mountains, the more windy it will get. And the biomes are very, very believable. There's deserts and, you know, ice fields, crazy planets with red trees, and yeah. But it's like yours to explore. It really is a cool universe to live in.
Yeah.
And the more people that get in and play it, the more planets get created. When the servers reach maximum, it actually spawns a new planet of a similar type, so that it can accommodate, the larger numbers of players, which is awesome because it means there's more places to go and discover, more resources to discover, and you never really know what's going to be on them. So it's real exploration.
I can't believe, like, what has been achieved here.
It's amazing. I mean, we could just go off for a little wander off of one of our bridges out into the wilderness, and you'd be able to find kind of crazy things. So yeah, I mean, this literally leads out into just the wilderness. And it depends on how far you go, but I don't know everything that's out there because I haven't been across the entire world.
Look at the water. Wow.
It's epic, huh?
It is epic. Best word for it, yeah.
And every planet's different. Like, it's because you're quite a newer player to the game and you haven't had time to kind of level your character. It would be hard to take you to some of the planets that are, because even though this is a pretty place, there are definitely planets out there that would blow your mind with the landscapes, kind of epic mountains with rivers running between them and huge trees and massive forests. And that biome will lead into the next biome. You'll come out of all of that and into grassy plains, and then that could turn into a desert. But it is very, very believable as having a character all of its own. Every planet has a personality, and trying to choose your favorite one is really, really hard.
Right.
Yeah.
This is so cool, man. All right. We are going to go ahead and take a journey. While we're on the journey, go ahead and listen to Javita as we sit down and interview and we talk more about the game and ask questions that we probably already answered in this video with Semtex, because the interview with Javita was recorded a while back. But guys, listen, Semtex is the man to go to. Go to his YouTube channel. His link is going to be down below. It will be the very first link. Go to his YouTube channel. Check him out. He's playing this game on the daily. He's doing a lot of things, and you don't want to miss a beat with Semtex and Boundless. The grass is getting aggressive because of the storm. That is so cool.
It does. It all reacts to the weather systems and stuff. It's really cool. It is very, very cool. But yeah, definitely check out Javita as well.
Yes.
The guy's super cool, and he is a plethora of knowledge. Anything you need to know about Boundless, he is Very, very much the kind of the walk-in encyclopedia of all Boundless knowledge. So please check him out. Definitely worth checking out and following. Hit his subscribe, like. Yeah, check him out. He's a beautiful person. He's an amazing guy.
All right, guys, we're going to take a little walk around and enjoy listening to Javita talk about this amazing game. Love you guys, and I will see you all again in the next video. Until next time. Thank you guys for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV, and today we're going to be talking about Boundless, the game that I think is sneaking underneath the radar of everybody. It's super fun, it's super cool, and if you're a No Man's Sky fan, I'm pretty sure once you play this, you're gonna fall in love with it. With me on the call today, I've got Javita. Did I pronounce your name right? Because I pronounce everybody's name wrong. Javita.
Yeah, that works. Javita. Right. So.
Javita. Okay. And I've also got Semtex on the phone. How you doing, Semtex?
I'm doing really well. It's a real pleasure to meet Javita here. So yeah, this is a really good day for me. This is epic. Yeah.
Yes, it totally is. Javita, for you guys out there, he's like he's a Boundless guru. Like he's got all kinds of like tutorials. So if you get stuck on something or want to know something, you could go to his channel and learn how to do certain things, certain steps. He's got an amazing channel. Put his link down below. You guys can go check him out. Show him some Cobra love. Give him a little bit of subscribe, some likes, some comments, and learn all the stuff that's in Boundless. How you doing, Javita?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here as well. Happy to be here. And actually talking about Boundless, I don't think people are really giving Boundless a chance in the No Man's Sky community, and hopefully we can shed some light on that. And you actually told me that you started out your YouTube channel with No Man's Sky content.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I had some free time, and it's like, oh, I love video games, I want to give YouTube a try, and oh, there's this awesome new game coming out, it's going to be spectacular, and I'll get my start doing YouTube doing that. And then the game came out. And yeah, I think you all know just how smoothly that went off. So
it was a bit rough. But I tell you what, the comeback kings of the gaming industry, that's for sure, in Hello Games.
Yeah.
But while that was happening, while the No Man's Sky was actually in development, when I was playing Boundless a long time ago for my YouTube channel, it was called Ort Online, and it was fun back then. And I was kind of getting tomatoes thrown at me when I was playing it. They're like, hey, stop, you know, let's do a subcast. Let's talk about No Man's Sky. And I'm like, okay, all right. But, you know, it's come a long way, Boundless has. And now it's released on PS4. And it is truly amazing. It has planets in it that are very similar to, like, No Man's Sky. It's got really pretty biomes, you know, and it's very similar. But just a voxel game, and the building and community building in it is just absolutely amazing. Do you want to, I'll just kind of give you the floor and just try and sell people on Boundless. Why is Boundless, what drew you into Boundless?
So I had been following the game back when it was called Ort Online, and at least when I was looking at it then, it's like, well, it looks like it's got some cool building, but it didn't really have any combat, or it's like I needed a little bit more conflict in my game. So I kind of sat on it for a while and started doing No Man's Sky content that really wasn't taking off. I dabbled a little bit in 7 Days to Die, and then it's like, oh, what's this Boundless game? Oh, this looks familiar. It's like, oh, okay, this was Ort Online, and I was really on the fence whether or not I was even going to give it a shot. And so I kind of took the plunge and literally could not stop playing it for a month. It's really hard to describe, but Boundless just gets so many things just right that, I mean, you try to look at all the individual features and it's like nothing really just jumps out and grabs you. I mean, the portals are very fantastic, but once you get in there, and it's just so immersive, even though it's kind of blocky in some areas, but it just gets so many things right. And that's the best I've been able to sum it up is, you know, the crafting's got some complexity to it, but it's not crazy. The building is crazy, especially with the 3 different types of chisels. So you got your square, beveled, and sloped chisels that just allows you to do crazy amounts of customization to the shape and overall look to your build. And yeah, and the combat has made huge strides. You have the group events of meteors, which summons, a meteor crashes in and summons all these waves of monsters, and you fight for dear life. And if you complete it, then you get all sorts of cool goodies at the end. And it's just got a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
And so
I couldn't agree more. I think that the combination of those things that you mentioned really is such a unique balance that they've struck. To me, instead of, like, I think a lot of people approach this thinking, I hate to say this because it's probably the most hated thing by the Boundless community, but a lot of people see it as kind of a Minecraft clone, and it's just so much deeper than that. And I find it really hard to kind of explain that, especially when I'm streaming it, that it isn't Minecraft. The depth of it, I love No Man's Sky. I've done an awful lot of content, but I feel that Boundless, because of the players that populate the worlds, the builds that are communal, the cities that are built, it's a real living, visceral place. You get in there and it really sells it being a real universe, somewhere that you're actually living, other people living, the economy all around you is so in depth. It really is, an incredible game, and I really hope that people kind of wake up and see Boundless for what it is. So yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, really, on that balance aspect. It really is amazing. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I love No Man's Sky, but it's like you get in there and you play and you're mostly just kind of by yourself. I mean, they did just recently add multiplayer, which, I played a little bit of that and it seemed really amazing. It's like, wow, this is what should have been like day one. But, Boundless is so much more in your face with the multiplayer. And yeah, it's just amazing with all the community building and the running of shops and the economy. I've heard some people compare it to, what's the game I'm trying to think of? It's the space MMO EVE Online. There we go. Rival that kind of economy system. I've never played EVE Online, but I have heard it's very intricate. So
I think it's important to mention as well that it's player driven, because I don't think people kind of understand what that implies really with the fact that you as an individual can choose the prices that you sell your item for. So, you can look around, you can see what other people are selling them for, you can choose to undercut them a little bit if you want to kind of get that revenue coming to your shop. You might, overprice on some other things. And as a trader, you've then got, a higher tier of gameplay where you can go around and you can buy out sort of stocks of other people that are selling it lower than you to kind of raise the price on that specific item. It's
Exactly.
It's a very, very intriguing and interesting and fun thing. It's easy to dip your toes in to kind of like just get the very base kind of, get you spawn in a world, you build a little building, but then as you progress and the more that you find out, I think it really does grow into something much more depth than people can kind of see. And Cobra himself has said it many times that YouTube doesn't really do Boundless justice.
Right.
When you're in there playing it really is.
It's so different watching it than it is playing it. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen for a game.
Yeah, that's actually why I focus so much on the tutorials. It's like, to try to just sit down and record all your gameplay and put it up on YouTube, it just takes too much time, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That means there's lots and lots of gameplay available there, but your average YouTube, viewer, at least from my perspective, they want, fast, exciting, in their face, and Boundless doesn't always provide that. Certainly the meteors are really good for that, but that's kind of why I focus on the tutorials. I mean, literally, when I first started playing Boundless, there was like no tutorial, no information, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't smelt metals. I literally had to go and look at other player builds to see, oh, I have to put this crucible on top of the fire pit. I mean, of course, now it's called like fire pit crucible and fire pit or furnace base. But yeah, it's like, so, I saw a huge need for tutorials and things like that, and it just seemed to be a better fit for YouTube to focus on that, to, you know, not only help out with other players, but just to survive as a channel in general.
I must say, I mean, I kind of equate you to someone who does a lot of No Man's Sky content, which is Zane's World, and a lot of people see Zane's World as the concise, most informative, most in-depth kind of No Man's Sky guide to go to get relevant information about how the systems work and how to get the most efficient uses out of things. And I would say that you are the Zane's World of Boundless, and I really want people to kind of see you as that and kind of give you the support that your channel so much deserves. I mean, you do incredible content. I haven't watched a single one of your videos that I haven't enjoyed and haven't learned a lot from. So, you know, I really hope everyone out there who shows an interest kind of does give you a bit of love and support, because, yeah, I would love to see your channel grow. I know Cobra would as well. And, yeah, it would be awesome to kind of see where you go in the future, because you know, I'd like to touch on kind of the devs with Boundless as well, because they are very, very interactive. Like, you know, they are playing in the game, in the world, you know, they're playing the game just like we are, the players.
Exactly.
They seem to be very, very responsive as well. They seem to really kind of take in people's constructive criticisms and you know, kind of ideas, and meld them to sort of deepen the game even more than it is at the moment. I mean, do you know anything about I know you know you have links with James. I've met James as well. He seems like a really lovely guy. But do you know anything about what they're planning to do with the future? I know there was mention of Titans in the past. Have you heard perhaps anything about that, or if that's going to be something that's coming in at any point?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I started playing the game, of course, you know, it had like on the game page, oh yeah, Titans and this, that, and the other. But since I've been playing, I've never really heard anything more talked about that. So I do scour the forums, and, you know, I don't really pry James for information, but sometimes he'll throw me a few bones here and there. But yeah, I don't really know any details about what's coming around the corner next, unfortunately. I would love to know, of course, but
absolutely, yeah, I'm sure, as I would as well, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I mean, it does seem as if they're very, very interactive, and also you know, they're very quick to kind of get back with you with any questions, or, you know, and I think that's a lovely situation to be in with the game, to be honest with you.
Do the developers have any sort of like roadmap anywhere?
They did set up like a community roadmap kind of Trello. If you're familiar with Trello, it's kind of like a site for community collaboration. But that's in no means official, last I heard. They did talk about posting some kind of more official roadmap, and I also heard where they were talking about, you know, features after launch being basically by demand. So like if people are just frothing at the mouth to get, say, farming, which is something I would love to see in Boundless, then they might go for that over, say, Titans if it doesn't have as big of an interest. The other thing about the Titans is, like, that's, at least to me, sounds like a very kind of in-game type scenario. And, you know, for the past year, basically, they've been really focused on fleshing out the game's progression, basically, the beginning, middle, and leading up to the end. So that would be my guesstimation, that they're going to continue to flesh out the middle part of the game before they start adding like the hardcore end parts. So that's just my speculation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would definitely like to mention that the devs seem very you know, it's literally just come out of early access and into kind of the actual launch stage. So this is really the very early days of Boundless. I know a lot of you guys in the Portal Seeker kind of guild federation, should we call it? Because, you know, that support isn't there. But I would imagine that kind of thing is going to be coming really soon as well, because it seems a lot of people would be really interested in that aspect. Of being able to kind of officially group themselves with other people to form hubs, for want of a better word. yeah, they do seem as if they're, you know, very, very responsive and really committed to growing the title. So yeah,
that's actually been the two things I've been most impressed about my experience of Boundless is the devs, and like you said, how responsive they are. They're just right in there with the players playing. They interact, you know, they're very responsive on the forms of replying to things and concerns, but then also just the Boundless community as a whole. It's just been, at least in early access, some of the nicest, friendliest game community I've ever had the pleasure of being a part. So I have to brag on them at every chance that I can get. Of course, you know, as more players join, that dynamic might change a little bit and evolve over time, but those have been some of the two biggest things I've been impressed with. You know,
and so the
PC,
PS4 community, they seem to be mixing together very well, positively.
I'm sorry,
I would
what?
say so. Yeah, I would say so. I would say the PS4 and the PC community are mixing really well. You know, it's kind of an odd situation right now with PC and PS4, because obviously everyone who's coming in from PS4 has very little idea of really how to progress, how to kind of do the things that you know that you guys in the early access on PC have all had quite a lot of time to sort of get used to and to progress through. So for someone like yourself, you're kind of at a completely different stage of the game that I am. You know, I'm you know, a complete noob in Boundless and sort of working my way through the very bottom stages, but you're sort of at the top end, but it all seems to meld together very well. I would say that, you know, I haven't met anyone who's kind of been offish with the PS4 players. The people that I have bumped into have been, you know, very, very friendly, incredibly helpful. You know, I've shouted a couple of times in town, hey, can anyone let me know where this is? And I've had 3 or 4 responses, and people have literally, you know, led me off to where I need to go to get certain items and things like that. So I met Sulphur last night from Sparta, and he took me around for about 2 hours, showing me some beautiful things. You know, I hope to do something on, like, collaborate with him a little bit to do some tour stuff. So yeah, I mean, I would say that the community that exists at the moment is very, very much similar to the No Man's Sky community. It's very welcoming, very friendly, and definitely something I personally can definitely sort of rubber stamp and say, yeah, awesome community to be part of. And you know, it seems Javita absolutely agrees with that. So that's really nice that it's, you know, from both mine and Javita's perspective, we both see it as a solid community, a solid game to get involved with. Absolutely.
What is your most memorable situation that you've ever had in Boundless, Javita?
Good question. I guess it had to be like, I don't know. There's just so many.
You have to take one to an island you'll never be able to leave. Which memory is it?
Dude, what?
You have to take one memory with you to an island, and one memory only, and you can't leave the island. For the rest of your life, you have to have this one memory. Which one is it?
Oh, I guess it would have to be like just hanging out on the test servers. Like, you know, I had my home set up on the testing server, so every time like a big patch would land, and I'd get on there, and I of course have all my stuff and be testing out the new stuff, and then like people far and wide would just come and start testing out stuff with me. I just give them permissions to my house. It was on the testing server, so it didn't carry over to live. And we would just sit there. It's like, oh, cool, you know, they added this or they added this. And probably one of the better ones was Varus, one of the founders of the Portal Seeker Guild. They had just added the revive skill, so he like drowned himself to kill himself so I could revive him, and then something went wrong. I don't quite remember what, but ended up it was on a cooldown. And he's like, really, I have to lay here dead for another 5 minutes to wait for this cooldown to wear off? And so yeah, it was pretty awesome. But those are some of my fondest memories of just checking out all the new stuff with peeps, and yeah, very nice.
Okay, very awesome. And what is your what do you usually do in Boundless when you're not making a tutorial video? What is it that you find yourself doing? Are you spending time with a community building a city, or just me? I look at some of these planets and I just want to go off and explore them. But what are you doing when you're not doing a tutorial video?
So currently I'm building a portal hub for the portal seekers. So I guess that would be kind of my community project that I'm working on the side. It's on the new Burn world, which is a tier 6, and but mostly kind of working now on my own. But other than that, really, I'm a bit of a hermit. I kind of keep to myself. I'm off in the middle of nowhere, and but in my free time, I'm mostly just gathering as much stuff as I possibly can. So when something new and big comes out, I have all the stuff to be able to jump right in there and test it out, and be able to show it off and explain it to people.
Right.
Yeah, it's a kind of an integral part of my channel. So
sort of kind of like what we do in No Man's Sky. When an update comes, we're like, all right, we got to get stocked up on all this stuff because we know we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Very similar, very similar. What about you, Semtex? What do you find yourself doing? Even though I know the answer, I'm just putting it out there so that people can hear it.
For me, I sort of focus in on a couple of different things. Obviously, I'm really at the early stages in my characters. I've got one to level 32 and the other to about level 18 now. So I've got a dedicated hunter and a dedicated crafter, following Javita's advice, actually. So all credit to him, really, for sort of showing me the light in that regard. But yeah, I'm splitting my time between building kind of like a small. I've got a hamlet at the moment. Myself, Sword, Bloodraven, Mick DC, got Cavern over there at the moment, and I think we've got Zephyr as well, who's going to be. He's just literally dropped his beacon. So we're kind of starting to build our small hamlet. By all means, anyone out there who would like to kind of link onto us, hit me up on either YouTube through the messages on this video, or you know, connect with me through PlayStation, or just shout when you get over from Beacon, because I'm usually hanging out round about there. So yeah, doing that really, and doing the hunts. As much opportunity as I can get to go out on the group hunts with the groups. You know, I actually found myself in a hunt with Javita the other day. I probably didn't notice I was there, but yeah, I was in the background. I was the guy that was trying to avoid getting killed as much as possible.
Well, that's pretty much me as well, because I'm stuck on a bomb mining spec. So yeah, like anything looks at me and I just kind of fall over dead. But you know, I try to help out where I can, and trying to save up skill points to make a more dedicated hunting spec. But yeah.
And on that note, that's actually something that I'd like to touch on, is the hunts really are, again, YouTube doesn't do it justice. It really is such fun to go out with everyone, to go from region to region, hunting the meteors down, seeing them come in, having a rush of like 20 or 30 people running off towards the meteors, and everyone arranging themselves, people throwing in the health bombs like yourself, you know, people like me taking pot shots, trying to get those little XP boosts from everyone else, absolutely annihilating everything that comes out of the portals in the air there. But it's so much fun. I didn't realise that it's all, I equate it to kind of like similar to strikes in Destiny, almost, where you go off and it's a really, you know, a group event, but you're not limited to the numbers that you would be in something like Destiny. You've got such a bigger group that can work together, and you know, if you get a big enough group of you really can absolutely get through that so quick. And the payoff is huge, isn't it, really, when you think of the portal cost with the orc stones and everything. It's a lovely way for everyone to kind of benefit from a group activity. And also on that note as well, the rewards. I think the reward system for the meteors and stuff is really well done, where everybody who's taken part actually gets their own rewards. It's not like you have to run to the loot box, or someone has to take it this time, the next guy has to take it the next time. I love the fact that you know, it's all sort of a very shared and equally kind of beneficial activity for everyone involved, regardless of your role. So yeah, definitely a really good point, and very, very well done by the devs there. You know, a massive shout out to them for getting that balance just right, really. Yeah.
That actually reminds me, if I'm not mistaken, the original concept for the meteor events was like hand drawn on a napkin.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. But yeah, when they added the meteors, it was such a coming together and a glue for the community. It's like we had this group event to come together to help fuel these portal networks, and that's of course how the Portal Seekers got started, was building their awesome portal networks and then doing the community hunts to help fuel the portal networks. And yeah, and Boundless does such an amazing job of balancing everything to where you don't really feel like you have to compete with other players. I guess if you're gathering surface resources, there's a little bit of competition to get to that surface resource before somebody else does. But like all the creature loot, everybody has their own loot. You don't have to worry about stealing somebody else's loot or them stealing your loot. You don't have to fight with each other to get what you need. So that's something that has always impressed me.
Yeah, that's what I like about the beacon system as well. The fact that kind of you and your settlement and all the people attached to it are protected by their own specific beacons, and it's up to that person individually who they give kind of the working permissions and the the different permissions too. And you can really choose, if you just want someone to be able to kind of build around you but not necessarily be able to go into your storage or machines, you're able to sort of specifically do that. And I think that's very, very, very well done. Hats off for that balance, because that they've really nailed that absolutely perfectly, I think.
Yeah, if there was some sort of system where you could like go in and raid somebody else's base, I mean, I guess the PvP lovers out there would of course love that, but that's just not the game Boundless is striving to be. So yeah, it's very nice that you can beacon your stuff and you don't have to worry about, as long as the fuel doesn't run out, you don't have to worry about it disappearing on you. So yeah, it's a very well done system.
And to fuel that you fill your beacon with lasts forever. Or not forever, but for a very long time.
Well, yeah, the most basic fuel lasts for essentially a month. So it's like 10 leaves. So it's not, oh, I have to go grind to get fuel to fuel my beacon to keep it protected. It's just, I have to remember to log on and throw it in there, sort of thing. So it's a very nice thing that both allows builds to disappear that are dead, or somebody that's like not playing at all. Eventually their stuff will disappear and free up that land space, but it doesn't punish the people that are actually trying to play with like a huge time sink or something. Right. So
that's very cool.
Could you perhaps touch on Portal Seekers? Because I feel that it's really important. It really is kind of something that has enabled everyone to really get the best of Boundless. How did that all come into being? And would you? I mean, I see that you are a Portal Seeker member. How would people go about getting involved with them?
Well, you just they have a post on the Boundless forums, and that has a link to, they have their own Discord channel, server, whatever you want to call that. And there is like a little application process, like you just tell them a little bit about yourself and maybe the things you're interested in doing, and pretty much it's kind of open doors. And then you can help out any which way you really feel like. You can help gather supplies or build or use your plots to reserve the land for the portal hubs, and even build it yourself if you want to. And yeah, it's really easy to get involved, or you can just join simply to go on the hunts and get notifications about when the hunts are actually going to go down. Of course, they also announce all that stuff on the official Boundless Discord, so you could participate indirectly through there as well. But yeah, they got their start back when they added the meteors. They wanted to do the meteor events, and they formed a guild centered around that. And since that was the main source of the portal fuel, it just made sense for them to make their own portal network. And so that's kind of how they got their start, and it just kind of exploded from there.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to you and to all the other members of the Portal Seekers, really, for creating that network. I think that's a really selfless thing to do. and it's enabled people like me to really go and explore some crazy worlds that I may not have ever been as easily to get to. You know, that's an incredibly community spirited thing for everybody involved to do, really. So yeah, a huge thank you from me and from everyone else, really, who started on PS4 to enable us to kind of experience what Boundless has to give without all of that hardship that you guys must have gone through to actually form that network initially. So yeah, a huge thank you for all of that work, really.
Well, yeah, I'm right there with you. I want to give them a big, huge thank you because, yeah, it's just like you said, it's invaluable, and you know, I helped out here and there, but I'm also so distracted with YouTube that I probably don't help out as nearly as much as I should. But you know, yeah, they're pretty much everything they do is community oriented, community service. You know, the hosting the hunts, the portal network, and it's just a huge service to the entire community. So,
right.
Awesome job, Portal Seekers.
Yeah. I'd like to join myself. I must admit, maybe you could put a good word in for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure,
Semtex,
no
man,
problem.
you got, you know, if they're listening, Semtex is the person to have in there because he's smart. He will play this game for 8 hours, 10 hours at a time. So if you're listening, don't sleep on Semtex. Grab him while you can get him. Trust me.
Thank you. That's very kind. I do like to think that I definitely put a lot of work into games. So.
Of course you do.
It would be nice to sort of use some of that time to really help others. So I'd love to do some more stuff that's maybe a little bit more PS4 focused for those guys, because I feel they're in a kind of a slightly different situation than some of the other guys, much like Javita did with his most recent video with the grapples, and how that all works, how it works with the control pad, because obviously all of you guys were used to using keyboard and mouse. So to know those differences, really, because that was a huge stumbling block for me. It took me like 2 days to work out how to disconnect my grapple, because some of the tooltips aren't as clear as maybe they could be. I think maybe that could do with a slight little changes just to make it a little bit more, you know, easy for noobs like me. You know, but yeah, invaluable work. Anyone out there who is interested in Boundless, please go and show Javita some love. Subscribe, like. Do you have a Twitter or anything like that? That anyone can follow you?
I do have a Facebook page. I don't have a Twitter set up just yet, but I post all of my videos to Facebook as well, mainly to help out the devs. So it's not as developed as my YouTube, but it does exist.
And I believe you have a Patreon as well.
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's linked down below.
Yeah, so definitely anyone out there that kind of recognises Javita and uses the information he so kindly provides, definitely consider supporting him in that way. You know, absolutely. Right. Brilliant guy, really is.
That's right. Javita, thank you so much for coming on the show, buddy. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Oh, pleasure's all here. Thank you.
All right, Semtex, any last and final words?
Just absolutely lovely to meet Javita. Thank you very much indeed for coming and having a chat with us. And yeah, I hope to perhaps meet up with you in game, maybe on some hunts or something like that. It'd be really cool to experience that together. That would be super cool.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. All right, Cobras, we're going to pack it up. We're going to get out of here, and we will talk to you and see you again in the next video. As always, I love you guys, and see you in the next one. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.